Chin-ups, one of my most favorite exercises out there. But what if you don't have a bar? Or what if you don't have a set of rings in your house to be able to practice pulling exercises? Well, this is a topic that we covered in a recent podcast, went into depth, and explained that sometimes it's not a matter of just simply doing those pulling exercises. You can in fact use supplemental exercises and continue to strengthen your body, increase and improve range of motion, as well as control in your body. It's going to carry over for when you can get back and do pull-ups and other pulling movements when you have a bar or rings available. So today, my daughter here with her old style GMB logo t-shirt on is going to help us as I take you through 5 movements that are going to help you get really strong in your back, so that when you're able to go back and start working on your pulling strength with the bar and rings, you're gonna be even better. All right, let's get into it. So my daughter is on the junior national swim team here in Japan. A couple of these exercises, having her do right now because she's been at home, she hasn't been able to go to swim practice. So she's been focusing on these. These are particular exercises that over the years I've used myself, and you've probably seen these before. Nothing new really. First 3, you'll know, but the last 2 might kind of surprise you in terms of using them for back supplemental exercises. So the first thing that we're going to do is called these prone swimmers. And so once again, my daughter on the swim team, she does these all the time anyway. And so what you're going to have you do is lie down, and your feet are going to be flat on the ground, and you can bring your toes up if you want. That's perfectly fine, but bring your feet together. Keep them very tight and together. The other thing is the head. And so you're going to bring your head up just a little bit, but don't look up. And so for example, bring your head up, baby. Okay, just a tiny bit. And it's really hard to see right there, but basically just slightly up off of the ground. Your nose is very close to the floor. Now, from here, what she's going to do is she's going to take her arms out to the side, and her fingers are tracking on the floor. Notice that she's bending the arms. When they come in back, the palms go up, and she tries to bring them up as high as possible to the ceiling, and then she goes to the floor once again, putting her hands on the floor, and again her fingers track on the floor and in front, okay? So prone swimmers, have her do it one more time, please. So out to the side, as they go to the side, notice that she pulls at the elbows, and the palms are up towards the ceiling. She tries to raise them up as high as possible. She'll place her hands down on the ground. Once again, go to the front, okay? So these prone swimmers. All right, so the next movement that we're going to be looking at would be the hollow body shrugs. In the very beginning, I suggest starting off with having your knees on the ground, making sure that your shoulders are over your hands, and just basically kind of get the movement down before you go into the full position, which we're going to show you in a second. So first off, the main thing to focus on are the shoulder blades. And so in the very beginning, what you want to do is focus on pulling your shoulder blades together as if you're squeezing my finger here, okay? She's squeezing my finger by pulling her shoulder blades together. Then you're going to do the opposite motion where she pushes, push, 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 rounding out the back. So this is this hollow body position that I'm talking about. And the shrugs obviously come into play when you drop your chest down to the floor, squeezing the finger, okay? So this is the initial movement. Get this down first. Make sure again that your shoulders are over your hands. Also, don't bend your arms. Something that's going to help to keep you from bending your arms is to rotate your elbow pit so that it's facing forward. This is going to completely lock out your arm. So the next order of business is then as she extends her legs, she's now in this push-up plank position. And same deal, the focus now is going to be on the same, making sure the arms are locked out. And so going down, squeezing, squeeze, that's really good, okay? Big push now, push, push, push. Opposite direction, really opening up here, nice hollow body position, pushing just as hard as you possibly can. And then one more time, going down, squeezing the fingers, very good. Keep your arms straight. Now push, 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 push. You can tuck your chin just a little bit. That's going to help. Great, okay? So these are going to be the hollow body shrugs. All right, so the next movement is the butterfly shrug. That's what I've always known it as. I've heard other people call it other things. Doesn't matter. The movement is what really matters. Now, before having Sienna show us this movement, what I'm gonna do is get you to imagine that you're on a bench and you're gonna be performing the bench press. And so you're on your back and you've got the bar here and your chest is up. You slowly lower the bar, making sure not to drop your elbows. Your elbows are out to the side. You're pulling the chest up and you're pulling your shoulder blades together as you slowly lower the bar to your chest. You're keeping your shoulders pulled down. And from this position, you keep it and then you extend back up, okay? Now, this end range here is the butterfly shrug. That's what you want to do, but you're going to be doing it on the floor. And so before you actually do this on the floor, I do suggest just kind of sit there and do that, what I just did. You have your chest up and you're lowering, okay? Once you get that, then what you can do, even sitting, you can try it while in this position with your arms out, slowly bringing your elbows back behind you. Take note of what's going on. Are your shoulders coming up? Are you dropping your elbows? What's going on? Really try and get that movement down before you go to the floor. And so I'm gonna have Sienna show this. She's gonna do the full movement, this butterfly shrug. She's got pretty good range of motion. So, you know, this is just an example. If you're not able to go as deep as she's going, don't worry. Just a little bit is perfectly fine. What's important is that you're working at a level that's good for you, okay? So go ahead, Sienna, go ahead and do this. And I'm gonna have my hands here as a guide so that she doesn't let her elbows drop towards her hips. Go ahead and put your arms back out again. Notice she's able to come pretty high up off of the floor, leading with the chest, pulling your elbows and trying to pull her elbows back behind her, squeezing the shoulder blades. Go ahead, one more time. This will be the butterfly shrug. Good job. All right, go ahead, relax, bring your arms out here. She doesn't like this one, but it's good for you. If you've spent any time with us here in GMB, you'll know I love the bear walk. That is the movement that you're going to focus on here. This is great for scapular health, increasing the range of motion in your shoulders, getting strong. And the thing is it's going to carry over for your pulling strength, pulling exercises, and that's why I suggest you work on the bear. But I'm going to have you exaggerate it just a little bit. So Sienna's going to go ahead and show us this, and she's going to do 2 steps forward and then 2 steps back. I really suggest making sure that you focus on doing the backwards bear. This is going to really place focus on making sure that you're actively pushing away from the ground as you go backwards. And again, that's going to translate into better strength. It's going to work on improving scapular mobility as well as control. So go ahead, start up, hands in front, and just take 2 steps forward. Notice that she's kind of exaggerating this. She's really pushing on the hands. Go ahead, go. Take 1, kind of lifting off and really making sure she's pushing down and away from the floor. Very nice. Now come back. She's going to push, push, and then push. Push, good, all right, that's great. Okay, not much space here, but I think you get what we're after here. And the cool thing about this is you actually don't need a whole lot of space. And so, you know, a couple steps forward, making sure that you're locking out that arm, couple steps backwards. It's gonna be working again on that shoulder mobility strength, as well as gonna be improving your mobility, flexibility within the lumbar, as well as in your legs. Everything is gonna carry over and help you for looking at your body holistically in terms of pulling and everything else. All right, so our last exercise might surprise you, might not. It's the L-sit, but we're actually gonna modify it just a little bit. When you can focus on making sure that you have the proper form for this, it's not just a core exercise. And this is what really everyone misses. I see pictures of people and they're doing the L-sit. Go ahead and show me, like with your shoulders forward and put your shoulder like this. That's not an L-sit, okay? What I'd like for you to do, it doesn't matter if you're on the P-bars, you can do this on the floor. You're gonna have your feet together and your feet are gonna be on the ground, and you're gonna start in the shrugged position, and then you're gonna push down and away. So bring your chest up, rolling the shoulders back and down. Really nice position here. This isn't just working the core, it's working the entire back, and that's what we're after. You can shrug again. And then from there, make sure that your arms are locked out, and then just push up again. So bring your chest up, rolling the shoulders back and down, and really place the focus. Bring awareness to your back. Squeezing your knees together when you're doing this is going to work on the core as well. You want to make sure that you have your butt between your hands, okay? Go ahead and relax for me. And again, you can even do these without the parallettes. And so what you're going to do is you're going to have your hands so that your fingers are facing this way, right? Okay? It's just the same thing. And so your knees will be together, you'll shrug, and then you'll push. Great, and she has her butt off the ground. You don't even really need to bring your butt up off of the ground in order to reap the benefits of this. Again, focusing on the back, making sure that your chest is up, and that you're pulling your shoulders back and down. That's the modified L-sit. I love chin-ups, I love pull-ups, but hey, sometimes you just don't have access to a bar or rings, and that's where these supplemental exercises can help you out. Now, quick note about programming. I just want to give one simple example of how you can put these together. Set your timer for 30 seconds, go through each movement back to back, and go through it 2 to 3 rounds. It's going to help you to improve strength, going to help you to increase your range of motion, as well as control, so that when you get back to working on those pulling movements on the bar or the rings, you're going to be much better. All right, thanks for helping out, C. All right, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment below because I would love to hear from you. Cheers.